Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where last episode we went on a bit of a conquesting spree, and we have the vast majority of the Yucatan here, but we need to chill. So that is exactly what we're going to do for now. An alliance offer from these guys. Probably not, I'm thinking. I'm going to decline that one. We do need to regenerate manpower, and we also need to... Oh, we're going to lose the stability here. Okay, sure. Just a random stability loss. That happens. That's okay. We're at +2 still, so that's absolutely fine. We can seize land, but we're waiting for these guys to grow a bit. Now, we could definitely consider adding more privileges. We're probably going to need Crownland for it. And what would we be super interested in having? Missionary strength might end up being good. But for now, we're reasonably happy with our equilibrium. So missionary and missionary maintenance cost. Okay, so that's prestige per development for missionary. Sure. Reform, progress, growth. There's definitely some stuff that we could get there, but for now, I think it's okay. We probably do want to set an agenda here. So let's get ourselves some influence and some loyalty. That's fine. And what do we want to go with? A cob having a base tax of at least 5. Manpower of 50%. That is a very long ways away. Or base production in Zhu of at least 6. Xiu, maybe? I'm not sure how this is supposed to be pronounced in a South American context. Regardless, this would be production of at least 6, and that would cost us roughly 180 diplomatic power. Diplomatic power is, in my opinion, the least useful. I'm gonna do it. That'll also gain us 22 ducats. That'll be very good later on. So we're gonna grab that. That's fine. We gain some loyalty there, and that looks good. So we now just need the clergy to have their loyalty come up a little bit. And that's fine. What is this? Chorty? We're going to decline this. I don't think we need alliances, to be honest. At least not right now. They're just going to be truces later on. So we could encourage divination, and that would be probably a good thing. Let's go ahead and do that. That sounds great. We still have an unassigned merchant, not like there's anything that we can do with him, so for now, this is okay. We are, of course, finishing up these canoes, and that's fine. What do we have here right now? 10, but eventually I think we were going to have this be 11, and now it's 14. Noted. That's very, very interesting. Okay, so with that being the case, we need to get ourselves somewhere around 6,000 manpower in order to enlarge our army to its full amount. That's pretty good. I don't mind that. So, of course, our Crownland is low, no doubt about that, and we do want to attack some other people here. So these guys are very angry at us. They've got 48 aggressive expansion, but these guys, they've only got 41. That's still a fair amount of aggressive expansion, and it goes down the further away you get, but it's a fair amount of aggressive expansion, no doubt about it. That first episode, we made some big moves, and we're kind of having to pay for it now with some chilling. So that seems okay. 25 admin power, huh? For 10 prestige? Our prestige is decaying anyway. Let's take the 25 admin power. We want to get these technologies as soon as we can, after all, so that sounds good. Now, we are maxed on our number of sailors right now, and losing a stability in exchange for 10 prestige or losing 18 ducats, I'm going to choose to lose the ducats. Thank you very much. And we're going to queue up to 14 war canoes right now. So that gets our sailors completely empty again. That sounds good. And that allows us to spend some of that money that we've got. We can't really spend it on other things as of right now, other than, like, boosting up our army, but we can't do that with the current manpower that we've got anyway. So this is all looking good. We don't have any loans at this moment, although we do have some inflation. We could spend admin power to reduce our inflation. Alternatively, we're currently making 2.45. We don't have an inflation reduction advisor here. I'm interested in potentially getting an advisor on the military front here. Reinforced speed and fort defense are not that good. This would be... And this guy's too expensive for us. But it would really be looking to get the military power. I guess we'll take the reinforced speed. That's not a huge relevant thing. We could get another advisor here and still be positive financially at this time. I guess we could go with trade efficiency. We are making a little bit off of trade. Oh, this guy's super expensive. Hang on. Never mind. We don't want that one. So spy network construction we don't need at this moment. I guess we can get improved relations boosting up. That sounds okay. Because we're boosting relations with our vassal, and we're going to look to integrate them eventually, but that's not going to be possible for another 2 years. Okay. So we're going to need to recall this diplomat. That is absolutely fine for right now. How are we doing on that manpower? Actually, we have fully recovered at this point. So we still need another 4,000 manpower to bring our army up to the current cap. But we're definitely interested in doing that. So we'll let this come on through. We're gaining 132 per month right now. Army tradition is definitely part of that. We can't really work up our drill or anything like this at this moment, but there's a lot of things we can't do with our current tech level. So that is understood. I think we're by far the strongest in this region now, so that's excellent. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything to back it up with at this moment. Our manpower is incredibly low. I'm considering our manpower currently at about minus 3,000. So that is definitely a concern. And we're making money at a decent rate here. I'm wondering what unrest is looking like down this way. Unrest is actually 0. Beautiful. And autonomy should be drifting downward. Actually, it's going up right now due to Crownland ownership. Noted. We should definitely seize land. Consider it done. Okay, so we had particularists here because apparently these guys dropped in their opinion. But that's fine. It's only 1k, and this is irrelevant. Beautiful. So they're gone, and we're going to reinforce this nice and quickly. I'm also going to bump up our Mesoamerican spearmen, since we can do that. So we'll get another unit recruited here. That looks great. And with that Crownland up, this is now reducing very, very, very slightly per month. Much better. Excellent. So we want that autonomy to be by default going down. That is absolutely something that we want. We're going to need to seize quite a lot of Crownland. That's okay. So our manpower is continuing to go up. And, of course, we are working on a recruitment here, but we're going to need 3 more. That's fine. Nourish the gods, huh? We'll take the unrest, actually. That'll be okay. Cool. So let's get another unit being made here. 50 diplomatic power coming through. That's nice. And how many cities do we have? 9? Okay. Sure. So 6 particularist regiments in 2 locations. Or giving into their demands. We're going to fight them. Okay, so we're going to walk over here. Easy peasy. There we go. Stack wiped. And we're going to walk over here. Again, easy peasy. And they're going to get stack wiped there too. Perfect. So we did take some losses there. We're going to have to let our manpower regenerate. This isn't surprising. This is currently a 10 stack. So yeah, now it's a 12 stack. We need about 2,000 manpower to regenerate all of this. That is not at all surprising, but I did not want the autonomy in these regions. I want our autonomy to be going down, not up. In fact, we could hypothetically, due to the recent uprising, we could hypothetically drop our economy like this, but that's going to be a very long-term bad thing, and I'm probably going to say no on that. However, we'll take some money. Sure. That seems good. So we're going to have our manpower fully replenished eventually. This is around 10 months away. Okay. Sure. How are we doing on our aggressive expansion? It's going up by 2.6 yearly, so that's not very fast. That's certainly noted. I want to keep chilling for the time being, and the question is, what do we need for admin power here? We're very, very close to getting admin level 2, which will be useful. But, we're a little behind the times. No doubt about that. Neighbor bonus, huh? Well, that is actually a good thing. So we'll grab this. Excellent. And we have the same thing going on in our Miltech. That sounds great. So we have neighbor bonus here. We're going to grab our Miltech. That's going to give us a combat width and some infantry and cavalry shock. We're going to start getting real actual things fairly soon, but we dipped negative financially here. Okay, this is likely due to the cost of reinforcing our troops. Yes, that's what that is. Okay, I'm not too concerned about that. We'll be done reinforcing our troops in just 3 months here, so that is not a big deal. Excellent. So if we check in on our military tab here, we can see our combat width is 15. Our leader is no longer a zealot, or now he is a zealot, actually, so that'll give us some missionary strength. We don't need missionary strength at this point. We don't need to convert anything, so that is all looking good. And we're going to be able to get 2 more recruits going here. So we'll get that as soon as we have the manpower for it. But our manpower is definitely very, very low. There is an interaction we can do with our subjects to ask them for manpower, isn't there? Or is that something that there used to be? It might be that that's something that used to be a thing. However, we should probably be able to start annexing these guys, and I definitely want to do that. Beautiful. We're going to get going on that, and that is going to be done in 1458. That's not too bad. So we're currently at 0 diplomatic power, so we are using all of our diplomatic power on that annexation. That's not too shabby. I don't hate that. That looks good. Do we want to lose some manpower and gain a base tax in Satuda? Or do we want to spend 19 ducats and gain a base tax? Obviously, we spend the 19 ducats. That's not a difficult choice at all. Not in the slightest. So that looks good. I think we're going to be looking to go back to war maybe around the time we get our Miltech 2. There's a rebel uprising brewing, so that we're going to want to deal with. We can recruit another unit here. Alliance offer from Chorty. Get out of here. Okay, so these are the Shaktamal separatists. These are going to be down here. Okay. Well, national manpower modifier for 20 years, 10% is pretty good. 50 admin power would be useful, but we're doing okay on admin. I'm going to take the manpower modifier for now, and we're going to move down to here in preparation for this rebellion. So we're going to have enough to get our last troop here very soon. We've got these Mesoamerican spearmen for now, and that is seeming pretty decent. We're just waiting on this rebel uprising. This is going to be firing within allegedly 1.9 years. What are they so upset about here? It's just separatism. Okay. Nothing too major. So we'll just keep an eye on that. We could try to provoke them. They will have 9 regiments if we do that. We do have Miltech 2. I'm going to wait to grab it. Reason being, if we increase our Miltech, that will actually potentially increase the number of rebels that spawn. So if we go in here, we can see that 6K, military technology plus 3%. Now, I don't think this is actually going to make them another unit, to be clear. But I don't want to risk it. So we're going to get that 14th unit, building ourselves up to our force limit. Looks good. And now what I want to do is I'm actually going to provoke this revolt. It's going to be 9 regiments instead of 6, but I want to control when this happens. I want it to happen now. So we're going to fight them now, and we'll take a little bit more damage than we would have otherwise. But now we can move our forces over to here and be ready to fight. And that looks good. So we need 1,314 men. It's going to take some time for that to get reinforced, and we're negative financially right now. But I do want to grab Miltech 2 at this time. So that looks good. Plus 1 national unrest in Kokomes, huh? Okay. So that'll get removed when the state religion changes. Noted. So that's definitely going to be a thing. So if we go into our modifiers here, which is, I believe it's under the government tab. Yeah, so cycle of creation and chaos here. This is actually going to go away in a couple of years. So that's not too bad. That's not actually permanent. Okay, that looks good. So let's take a look at what these guys have for allies. That's a fair amount of allies, to be honest. If we were to declare this, the allies would all join as well. Noted. So how strong would they be? Well, they would have, in theory, 28k. That's a lot more than what we have at this moment. And they'd have 70k, including their manpower reserves. Yeah, we should not do that. Let's think instead about maybe these guys down here. This war would be better, but it's not good. I'm going to take the alliance with these guys. These guys here. That sounds good. So we're allied with them now. And the question is, what would we need to vassalize them? Well, we need a lot more economic base and some military power too, probably. But yes, this royal marriage is fine. This integration is now done here. So we just inherited these two. Is that okay? Do we want them? 16 out of 12? Our land force limit apparently dropped. That is certainly noted. I'm going to group these together here. And the real question is this going to come back up? These autonomy levels are pretty high. So that might be something that we want to do. We could drop the autonomy, or we could just let it drop naturally. We can definitely set an agenda here. What do we want to do? Base tax of at least 6 is doable. Increase the opinion of Zapotec. So that's these guys out over here. At least 100. I don't think that's even possible to reach 100 right now. So we would have to ally them. I don't know. They actually would. However, there's this base production here, and we're going to do that. So that is going to be where? Here. We're going to need to move up our base production here, like so. Cool. So that'll be fine. That gives us some... Hi, pause menu. That gains us some ducats, and we're currently at minus 1.82. This is because we're over our force limit. This is not very shocking at all. So with us over our force limit like this, it is mildly problematic for sure. The question is there anything we can do about it? Well, we could drop our army maintenance. That's an option. We could spend down our inflation. It would save us a little money. But I think what we're best off doing is just letting our land force limit come back up. 1.62 per month, 1.26. Yeah. So that is definitely the way to go at this time. So that sounds good. We are letting the autonomy here drop, but what I really want to do is I really do want to get more Crownland here. When can we seize land? The answer is right now. Done. So we're going to seize some more land back, and that should put us in a much better position for autonomy gain. Yeah, 1.25 each month. That, or rather 0.125 a month. That is much, much better. We're now going to be seeing this autonomy increasing across the board, and that's going to give us a very, very good boost in a lot of regards. Because if you look at the autonomy here, it reduces the trade power, it reduces the production, reduces taxes, manpower, sailors, and the force limit modifiers. So all of that is getting better over time. That's very, very, very good. So we're currently at 16 out of 13, and I think we're just going to eat these costs. I think that's the way that this is going to go. So, out of curiosity, we've got these guys here, right? If we were to declare this with Maya Confederation, this would not be a good war. What about these guys? Hang on, they don't have allies. Okay, we're going down there. These guys don't have allies right now. They are currently defending against Zapotec. So we gotta go. We're gonna go in right now. And I'm going to separate out a unit, and we're going to leave them here, while these guys head up here. Now, Zapotec is already sieging this. And we see their army coming down this direction. So that's noted. We can't get here due to this siege. And we don't have military access down here. So, the question is, where are they at? Well, they're right here. That's noted. And we could ask Zapotec for access. They would actually give it. I don't want to transport over via fleet. That's... How would that actually even happen? The Panama Canal doesn't exist at this point. We would have to go all the way around South America. That wouldn't even be a thing. So we would need access through Quiche for the moment. So that would mean that we would have to go this way. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh, now that's interesting. Okay, we're going over here. I'm going to station, if I can select this. There we go. I'm going to station one unit here, and we're going to head up here. This guy left his siege. That is a huge deal. That is a really, really huge deal. Because that means he's just giving up. This is just ours now. Beautiful. Very, very happy about this. Now, how many forces do we actually need here? Because it's not 16k. We need a total of 9 units here. Okay. So we're going to split off a number of these, about like this, and we're going to select this unit. These guys are going to head home. They got stack wiped down here. Oh, we didn't shift consolidate first. Right. That is, of course, my bad. We're going to head this unit back because we need to be able to siege this. There we go. And now I'm going to shift consolidate this, and we're going to move this unit out. I'm going to put them here. I'm going to split this unit in half, and we're going to put half in each of these locations because I want to do some looting here. Looting is going to be the goal because we need to make some money. No doubt about that. Cool. So there's some money coming in. Now, of course, we're going to have some issues here. I do not want to spend money there. Okay. I'm going to move these guys in, and we're going to shift consolidate again. A wall breach, huh? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to shift consolidate this, and we're going to... Actually, I'm going to leave these guys here. That looks fine for now. So we are leading this siege at this point. You can see that we are the attacker, and that is wonderful. We are going to lose the stability rather than losing gold right now. Okay. Looks amazing. So -7 on this siege, and this will finish up eventually. There's probably not much loot left in these provinces. Actually, there's a fair amount. Not in this one. There's loot left in this province. Okay. That seems fine. So we're going to wrap this up. We're kind of utilizing their army, Zapotec's army, instead of our own here, but this is absolutely wonderful. Yes, we are taking pretty heavy attrition up there. That's understood. We need about 3,000 manpower, but this was too good of an opportunity to pass up. We simply could not pass this up. So this looks great as of right now. The question is, do we want to vassalize these guys or just outright annex them? That, I think, depends entirely on what a coalition would look like. So we'll see. For now, we're going to finish up this siege. Eventually. And we'll either vassalize them or annex them. I'm not sure which yet, but it will be one of those. That depends entirely on what our aggressive expansion is like. Over here, we can see it's only 14. 17 here. 24. So we can probably just outright take this and just core it. That's only 17 aggressive expansion as well. Yeah, this is great. So we're going to take this. That'll be absolutely fine. We're going to full annex them. Perfect. And now, of course, we're going to move our troops back to our capital. We're going to need to immediately start working on coring that, and we fulfilled a mission, Ancient Ruins. So that's going to gain us some military power and gain a general with 40 tradition and 2 additional maneuver. Interesting. So we'll definitely grab that. And now the question is, how many cities do we have? We have 15. Not bad. Not bad at all. So at this point, the question is, how are we doing on our land force limit? Well, it's not great, and we do have this fort here. I kind of want to keep that fort, but I'm going to mothball it for right now. What's that going to put us at financially? 1.85? It's not fantastic, but the primary issue that we have is still our... Yeah, 1.31 here, and for reinforcement, 0.64. Yeah, that's the primary issue that we have right now, is our military. So that's looking good. We see that the autonomy in these areas is definitely improving, but this is capped at 90% for right now. It is going down, but it will not be applied until we finish the core. So once these cores finish, some things will improve. We can grab Dip Tech here, and I'm going to do that. That is wonderful. And the real question is, once we finish reinforcing these units, which will take some time, what are we going to be at financially? That's the question. Also, when can we do a Crownland grab? Because that would be a very good thing. Gaining a stability here would be very good. Again, we're going to extract their heart. That is definitely proper. So we can do a Crownland seizure in December of next year. Okay, when can we do an agenda? April of next year. Okay, sounds good. We're going to get these cores done. That'll be nice and quick. As soon as those cores are completed, we are going to see the autonomy in these new areas drop significantly, and that is, of course, very, very good. An alliance offer from Chorty, which I'm going to decline for now. That is fine. And we can see 56.3 right now, still going down by 0.125 per month. So that is good. There's those cores coming in, and the autonomy here is actually still at 90. Oh, right, because it's a territorial core. We need to make this into a state and then full core it for those effects to come into play. That's fine. So that is now full cored, and we can go into here and we can see, yeah, 37.8. Much better. Much, much better. So now we're at 16 out of 14 for our land force limit. That is definitely an improvement, but we are not quite where we want to be on that one just yet. We're at 15k here, so we've got about 10 months of reinforcement left, and the reinforcement is costing us 0.67 per month. So that's about half of this deficit. That's understood. And as we continue through this, we are continuing to see the autonomy drop here. Now, our quartermaster just died, and that, of course, means that we're not getting this military power per month, but that also means that we're not paying for him, and that's probably a good thing at this moment. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to push through here. We're getting pretty close to being able to get the Maya reformed. That will be fantastic. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.